Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. You can meet us on Facebook here this morning. Well, we've got a lot going on here in the studio. We've got Leslie over here. We've got Hannah over there. There's Brian with his wacky shirt over there. And Brian brought me another drink from the artist's hand. And Brian, I'm going to guess at this now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I should be honest and tell folks I've already tasted it, so I know.
But you only got half of it.
I got half the ingredients right. I said there's mango in there, and I guessed strawberry, but not.
No, blood orange. We're running a special on Italian sodas at the artist's hand all week. People can come in and get one.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Let's meet Leslie Wamsley. And Hannah Harley is here as well. Leslie, you're an artist in resident, the Spruce Arts Residency.
Yes.
Tell me about your art.
My art, I am a painter, and I work in a style called plein air. So if anyone is familiar with the Impressionists, like Monet, being outside in the landscape with the easel, that's the style of painting that I do.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't work in a studio like a lot of artists. I work outside from observation, and that's my main jam.
And you are from?
I'm from West Virginia.
So you know a lot about the outdoors.
Well, not really.
No? Okay.
No. I didn't grow up in that type of West Virginia.
Okay.
I grew up in, right on the border of Ohio.
Okay.
Very Midwestern, like Applebee's.
And you...
Olive Garden. That type of outdoors. That type of vibe.
You have to actually go outdoors and walk over the asphalt in order to get into those places, those establishments.
Exactly, yeah.
And you live in Brooklyn now?
Yeah, I live in Brooklyn now.
Wow. Wow. Educated where?
I went to Miami University for undergrad in Ohio. So I was telling them I sympathize to the Indiana-Pennsylvania conundrum because I went to Miami in Ohio. And then I did my graduate degree at SUNY New Paltz, which is in the Hudson Valley.
Okay. Wow, that's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. We were sitting there a couple of years ago just looking. We were in Kinderhook. And looking at that beautiful area. And then you go up to Hyde Park and you look out over the Hudson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've got some subject matter, don't you?
Yeah, and a big history. The Hudson Valley, the landscape painters there, there's a big tradition of that also.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me about your art. What is it that really moves you?
I don't know if there's one way to answer that question. I'm kind of almost like a journalist in a way.
Oh, okay.
I walk around and I look for things, or I'm like a hunter. Like I scout for paintings, I look for things, and sometimes it's just something that I feel a connection to that I feel can work on two levels. I have a personal connection to it, but I also feel like there's potential for it to have a universal connection for others. So there's different layers to it. So it's really just, if I feel compelled and I think to myself, I personally would like to have a painting of this, then that's a good sign for me.
What's going to grab your mind?
Yeah. What do I want? Because I really am painting for myself at the end. I want to feel satisfied with the paintings at the end of the day. So if I want it, then that's a go.
And so here you are in Indiana, PA, the Spruce Residency. Tell me about coming here, what you hope, how long are you going to be here?
I'm leaving on the 10th, so I'm here for 2 weeks total, but some of the residents are coming for a month, and I think you're welcome to come even longer. It really is up to what the artist needs.
Yeah, we'll ask Hannah about that in a couple of moments. But tell me about coming here and what you have done and your impressions of what the residency is all about.
Well, my first impression of Indiana is, first and foremost, the people have been so nice.
Oh, yeah.
The community has been so welcoming, so exciting. Everyone at the Spruce, the artist's hand, it's just been really, really a nice change of pace, especially coming from New York. So it's been great to feel that small town vibe. I really, especially coming from West Virginia, I connect to that. I like that. And the area is so beautiful. We've been talking, I had no idea it rained here so much.
We did.
And I just would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
So working outside, it's interesting, these showers that just open up and fall out of the sky.
Yeah, even on days when there's not a drop in the forecast.
Not on the forecast at all.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden,
crack, you hear that thunder, and you're like, oh no, here we go.
But it must make for some really interesting experiences on the canvas.
It makes for a sensation of surrender.
Oh, yeah?
I am going to accept that it is raining right now. And I am going to take a moment, and then I'm going to regroup after this stops. Because I realized after the first day that they are quick bursts of rain. And
Yeah.
so if you can just kind of
Endure.
endure, then it'll dry fast.
What has it done for your art here? What have you been working on?
It's just been really interesting for me because I work outside, and to just observe the shift from working in the concrete jungle, looking for nature in a very urban environment, and shifting to observing nature in a totally natural environment where there's an abundance of it. And how does that kind of change the dynamic of my painting?
Yeah. Have you learned something new about your painting through this?
I think I have. Let me see if I can verbalize it. I think it's that shift, how when we're in an urban space, we experience nature very close to us. We go for a walk, you see a flower, you smell it. And so my paintings in the city are very intimate, closely cropped nature environments. But here you look out at the horizon, and it's a big landscape, at the horizon line, and it's a big space. And so that shift in point of view and the experience of nature has been really interesting.
So at home you zoom in, and here you zoom out.
Exactly. Yes, that's a great way of saying it. Yeah, for sure.
Hannah Harley, talk about the Spruce Residency and how Leslie has been able to fit into it and work with it.
Yeah, the Spruce Art Residency, it is inviting artists from all over the world to come to Indiana County to live and work. Some stay here for a week, but we have several that come for 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, to live and work in downtown Indiana and in Indiana County. One of the things that Leslie has been doing that's really cool is going into all of the different parks that Indiana County has to offer.
Oh, yeah.
And, spending, basically setting up camp for 8 hours in White's Woods to make paintings and, encountering the community in that way. Which has been really exciting to hear those stories and see who she's meeting and how she's experiencing the Indiana County parks.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a unique thing that we've been able to experience, bringing Leslie to Indiana County.
Do you have to drag her out of Blue Spruce Park? Because
I haven't yet dragged her. The rain's been doing a good job of getting her home on time. But she was saying that it's much easier to also paint at night here than it is in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
To paint into the evening as opposed to being able to having to cut off to get home at a safe time.
Why is that, Leslie?
Because of just safety. I feel a lot safer, maybe because I grew up, not in the city. I feel totally safe being at Blue Spruce Park after dark by my car working because there's no one around. I don't feel threatened. But in the city at night, even though I live in a very active, safe neighborhood, I just don't really love the idea of being outside by myself at night.
Sure.
It's just not a great idea for me.
I'm sure in terms of your work, the lighting at night in where you come from is completely man-made. And
Yes,
so
exactly.
it really adds to the character of what you're doing when you're here.
Yeah.
And the lighting is not made by man.
Yeah.
Terrific. Oh, this sounds like so much fun.
It's
been
great.
a blast. She's converted a Subaru into a mobile studio.
Is that
so
right?
She has all of her paints and easel,
Yeah.
everything set up in the back of her studio, so you can just plop down on any piece of land to make work.
Yeah.
I'm picturing a hatchback coming up and
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
You got
Yeah.
it right.
the canvas attached to the hatchback. Doing it that way.
It's so great though, because in the city I have to carry everything around, and it's a lot of stairs and walking up and down. But here I can just park, pop that hatchback,
And off you go.
yeah, it's great. It's been great.
Yeah, Jones is over there figuring out a way to patent that since I said that.
Wheels are turning.
It is 9:54. We're talking with Leslie Wamsley, who is an artist in residence from Brooklyn, New York, here in Indiana for a few more days.
Yeah.
And Hannah Harley, the Spruce Arts Residency is your little baby, isn't it?
It is. It is. We've been really excited. We've had over 50 applications of people that want to come to Indiana to live and work as artists, as writers, as musicians, and we're excited to bring them in. We have a few events coming up this week. If I can go ahead and share that.
Sure.
Wednesday, we have open studios at 6 p.m. Thursday, there's an artist talk at The Artist's Hand with Rima Day and Marianne Brain. That is at 5 p.m. And then Friday, Brian, you have an exhibition at Artist's Hand, correct?
I do.
Yeah, what you got coming up, Brian?
We have the third annual photography exhibit. We have local photographers showing their most recent works, Fred Hummel and others, putting work up on the walls on Friday, and that show goes for about a month. The reception is on Friday night at 6 o'clock. On Saturday, we're doing a special event with Downtown Indiana on Loving Our Pets Downtown every
Oh,
second.
yeah, we had Linda
Did you have
talking
Linda
about that
over?
on
Yeah.
Friday. Yeah.
And we have Rebecca Wheeler coming back to show a pet portrait in process and to take commissions for pet portraiture in the artist's hand. And that's all day on Saturday. So come on by.
Yeah, and congratulations on saying pet portraiture.
It's a hard one.
That was really impressive.
And then also Saturday evening, if you're looking for something after the pet portraiture, there's an exhibition opening on the third floor of the theater building in the Clark Gallery, which is examining the form, looking at forms of nature, the human form, historic dress forms reimagined, and that is 4 of our artists in residence all in one room.
And really exciting news from our standpoint is, just as we've met Leslie today, we're going to get to meet other artists. You mentioned Marianne Brain. She's going to be here later this week, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, Marianne Brain will be in here at 8:10 in the morning on the 9th, I believe.
Terrific. Leslie, have you been meeting other artists that you did not know before?
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah?
It's wonderful. That's one of the great things about doing residencies is going and meeting new artists and just expanding the community. You know, it's really important for artists to be around other artists and to have that community. And that's a great thing about what Hannah's doing with the Spruce.
Yeah, terrific. You're enjoying it, I can tell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having
We
me.
appreciate it so much, Hannah. Thank you for bringing her to us.
Thank you for having us.
And we're going to count on you to keep dragging people in here.
We will, yeah.
And bring Jones back with you, too, okay?
All right, he's bringing the sodas, so I hear I've got to bring him back every time now.
What was the second ingredient in this besides
Blood
mango?
orange.
Blood orange.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Very, very well done. All righty. That's the Spruce Arts Residency that Hannah Harley has going, and you heard the exhibit schedule she gave, and I'm sure that there will be updates on that every time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We're headed toward the top of the hour. Fox News coming up next at 10 o'clock, and then it's the Brian Kilmeade Show. Josh is back from the newsroom at noon today. Have a great day, won't you?